This is a video about making an outdoor table. The budget didn't allow for much in the way of timbers, so I had to use what I already had on hand. Blackbutt and Tasmanian blue gum. A beautiful combination that you wouldn't usually find on a budget-conscious build. Like all projects here at the shop, it started with milling the timber to be flat, straight and square all around. I cut everything to length, flattened and squared up one edge and sent it through the thickness. Then I cut everything to width so I knew how best to lay everything out. Hey, and look, I'm even wearing a dust mask. The legs had to be made up of two pieces to get the thickness I needed. So I glued those up and set them aside to dry. From there, I sanded everything to get rid of all the machining marks and started working on the top's frame. If you haven't seen one of these before, this is called a wide belt sander and it will sand everything to be silky smooth. The top of this table is framed and slatted, so I had to cut some miters using the panel saw. This meant taking the fence away from 90 degrees, and that really scared me. Once we had that set out, I laid it on the bench to make sure it all fit together nicely, and then it was time to cut some joinery. Now the slats need a rebate to sit on, so it was back over to the panel saw where I cut a small rebate before taking it over to add this floating tenons. Holding the frame together are these large floating tenons, so I cut the mortises and then glued it all together. I used epoxy for the glue up because it gives me a little bit of extra strength and it's also waterproof. The next day I had a heap of squeeze out that needed fixing. It's a very easy job to fix with a stroke sander, not so easy when you just have a little palm sander. Now if you haven't seen one of these before, you obviously haven't been watching my channel, so where have you been? But basically it's a really big belt sander which you can use with a handheld platen or the one that's fixed to the machine. It's super quick and awesome to use. The slats are spaced evenly across the frame and held in place with a few screws from below. This will allow each slat to move with the seasons and hold it nice and flat to the frame. Then it was onto the base. The legs were dry and the sun was shining. I mean, the joint was buzzing or something. Anyway, I finished squaring up the legs and added some joinery. Just dowels but nothing fancy. Now I know what you're thinking, damn that looks like a good shirt. And yes it is. You can buy these shirts over on my website at JordsWoodShop.com. Shameless plug. Then it was time to glue it up. For those that are worried that 2 dowels were not going to be strong enough for this, I also added some corner braces, but I didn't film this. Now, for those that were worried that I didn't reinforce the slats and it's going to sag too much, well, sorry to prove it to you, but I did think that through too. Here I just added a little round over, quick sanding, and onto the finish. It's something a little bit different for me, but it was good fun. If you have liked this video, click the like button and leave a comment below, and if you haven't already, also hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of my upcoming future videos. If you really like what I do here, you can also consider becoming a patron over on patreon.com/JordsWoodShop to show some awesome amount of support.